Alright, so it's been a while since I've done a video where I was going to recap something. I think the last thing I did was the SE30. And this time around, I have another motherboard. I have my other odds and ends here. And this is another recap, which is already partially done. And I have some tantalum capacitors here, 4716, 150, and these little tiny ones here, 1016. What's the board itself? This is a Macintosh Portable. And this is specifically the non-backlight with the actual static RAM, simply because it has all these chips over here, which are legitimate static RAM, and we have the hybrid module over here. This board has already received a partial recap in that, and first off, I do apologize for the quality of this Elmo. This is like the best I can do for zooming. When it comes to, is it still fuzzy? There we go. These caps here have all been done. The actuals, oh great, there we go. The actuals, these ones over here, have actually been replaced with radials, which I've just kind of folded over, and that does work fine, so long as I insulate that from the board somehow. But what we have left are the surface mounts, which I've already pulled off and I've cleaned for the most part, and that's ready to go. So I have the iron warmed up. I'm going to clean off a couple of these pads here. I have the cap list open on a window here on the computer beside me. Let's get busy. So we will start with C4 and C5. Let me just clean my iron. C4 and C5 are 150s. So where did I put those? 116, there it is, 150s. And I'm just going to start off by cleaning those pads because there's still a little bit of junk left on them. That assumes that I can actually get this. Why is this not? There we go. Okay. Come on. There we go. And I'm just cleaning the pads off. Actually, this might require my wick. This is honestly, there's no preparation for this. I've never done this regard. So, hold on a sec here. I have a pop guard that I had to move out of the way for the microphone. So, there. It's one set. And this is rosin core or flex core, so I don't need to flex this along the way. I know some people specifically say you gotta flex it, but I say flex it. If it works, it works. There. Alright. And right off the bat, I'm just about to make the biggest mistake ever, which remember from the SE30 video, in that I don't remember which way around the tantalums went. So, hold on a second here. How did I get loose ones in the... Here, I've managed to get 2 loose caps in the packaging already. It actually fell out. But, alright. Can I actually move this so I can get it closer to me? And then improve the focus on that a bit. There we go. And right, that cap value. Right, okay. Now I remember the stripe on this indicates the positive side. And thankfully these are all marked by polarity on which side is positive. Let me get some of this clutter out of my way here, so I am not making a humiliating mess and dropping all my tools on the table or onto the ground, which is a bit of a reach. There we go. Right, so we said that we were doing C4, and that was 150. So, come on, there we go. Right there. I'm just gonna Rotate this around. Can I move the camera so I can see where I'm working? There we go. And this is the same Elmo camera assembly that I used before when I was working on the SE30. So it's the same terrible camera, no autofocus. I think there's like basic gain and color control. Alright, so what happened there is that from the last video to this video with the SE30, I used, originally I was using my Panasonic camera with the video input. Now I'm using a Canopus ADVC100, and several times now I've had it drop out, and I haven't noticed it dropped out. So you might have a couple cuts in this video, but where was I? Yes, so finished off these two caps, and was about to move over to this one here, which you can see I've already cleaned up. So, and it's good. And this is C17. That is 4716. Where did I put those? There they are. 4716. Again, tantalums. And put that back in the bag. Fight with that later. Positive side is the stripe. So sometimes I do kind of wish I had gone with the radios and done the recap of the surface mounts first, because some of these are right next to each other. Wait a second. Yeah, I had that right. I am so paranoid. I have this reputation now, both online on my IRC channel and at work, for putting caps in. Anyways, what was I talking about before we had our dropout? Right. So, yeah. Slight configuration change here. If this actually works out well enough, I might actually do more videos like this. C17 is now done. I actually decapped this a while back just for storage purposes. So I'm trying to remember now where all the other caps went. Right. 25, 26, 27, and 28. And let's get those ones over here. Anyways, where was I before I disrupted myself? Million things going on here in my head, sorry. Right. So this setup here, as you're seeing this video recording, it's an ancient, truly ancient Elmo overhead projector camera thingamajiggy. Absolutely old and terrible camera on it. That is running into a Canopus ADVC100 Firewire video interface. This, unfortunately, is it is 30 frames per second, but it is interlaced, so this video will have to be deinterlaced before it goes up onto YouTube. So I do apologize if it has that like deinterlacing cryptacularness. I really don't have any good cameras. So, and for a microphone right now, I'm using this Audio Technica thing, 600 ohm, just about useless for anything else, but the preamplifier in this Elmo here works pretty well, though it is unidirectional. I get that faint smell of fish. You know what? I'm going to clean up that there. So, grab the wick. Trim a bit of wick off. There we go. I'm just going to clean this up. Come on. Alright, yeah, it's just the bad lighting here. There we go. Ah! I just burned my fingers. Ow! These pads look a little bit nasty, but they're more than usable. 25, 26, 27, 28. List says more 47/16s. So I'm actually just going to pull up the whole damn thing here. Let's start with... Come on. Go. There. Let me just see if I can play with the gain here a bit. Do I need the gain? No, I do not actually. Alright then, so the monitor I'm using to preview this is kind of dark. Yay for terrible hack-together equipment. Alright. So. Anyways, what was I getting to with Macintosh Portable? So, everybody says, oh my god, it's Apple's first portable Macintosh. Oh, it's so cool. It's so retro. These things are absolutely terrible portable computers. Yeah, the static RAM is cool, but everything about it otherwise is expensive. And the lead-acid battery is a case of why could you not use nickel-cadmium for any other reason? The hard drive assembly, thankfully, it does use a slightly conventional 3.5-inch hard disk. But, and there has to be that giant but there, it uses a custom interface, which really isn't all that custom. It's just, it's conventional SCSI that's broken down to less wires, less power. And it's a Connor peripherals drive, which means that after all these years, the rubber gasket seals on them failed, so they're already terrible drives as it is. And now we're having to deal with the drives just are unusable. So if you get one that actually has the seals on it still, you're lucky. If you don't, well, I pity for you. But, yeah. I received 2 PowerBooks. Again, I'm not sure if I'm doubling up on information here just simply because of that video drop. I'm still watching it with the corner of my eye. It hasn't dropped yet. I almost lost that tantalum. It's a shout out here to my friend in Seattle who gave me both of these Macintosh portables. He said that one might be salvageable, the other one is good for parts, and I took that as a challenge. So here I am recapping it. Board-wise, they're both in very good shape. Again, just the bad caps. So far, I did a quick visual inspection. We'll do another one on this board here because I haven't checked it before to see if the vias are good. Yeah, okay, that one's still good. But the worst of it is that actually this particular board came out of a out of a portable, which has a broken hinge bracket on it. So I've already tried to JB weld that, but simply the strain that's caused through the screen clutches is so high that it just broke again, even with JB weld. So I'm starting to lose my confidence in JB weld for high-strength bonds, or at least this one here, because I had like nice ribbed channels. Like, it was quite ideal for the task, and it just snapped it. So I might have to make a metal bracket for that. Okay, so that's 25, 26, 27, and 28 done. And I just spotted C15 and C24 hiding way the hell over here by the NMI and the reset. And they're in absolutely terrible places. Come on. There. I'm just tinning these up so I can flood it with fresh solder and clean off what was left of the old caps on here. Because honestly, if you have devices that have these awful caps and you don't plan on working on them for a while, it really doesn't hurt to like note down the values at each location and then go and just remove the caps for storage. Maybe leave a note saying this device is now inoperable because it's had its capacitors removed, but at that point there, you shouldn't have damage proceed past where it was when you removed them because the caps are no longer installed. Likewise, when you finally get the time to recap it, the list of the bill of materials is already there, and you know where everything goes. Right, so C15, that is another 150. Okay. So, God, I just realized now just how shallow the focus is on this. That's about, an inch and a half. Oh, God! Ugh. And I'm having tantalums fly out of this thing. Alright, how am I going to make this work? Oh, this is in a really tight spot. What I'm going to have to do here is I'm going to heat up one side, slide the cap on, and have space on the other for the other side. There we go. One side. Come on. I see you wanting to solder down. Blah. Is it soldered down? Yeah, it is. Or at least it looks like it is. Yep, there we go. Okay, one side. The other side, this one's janky, but you can't... Oh, dear. Got it. You are going nowhere. I got you this time. C24. Another 150. Just as janky as the other one. Terrible spot. No, if you hear me getting like too loud or too quiet here, this microphone's really omnidirectional one way. And it's kind of annoying, but it's one of my better microphones. Aside from the Electro Voice, which I use with the camera. For future videos, however, you might see me using a lapel microphone. Or lapel, or whatever the hell you want to call it. But right now that's causing me problems, so I'm not entirely ready to use it. At least I'm not confident. It'll look garbage. But I got a surprise for you for my next video. Because gone is the application, or for the most part, the use of what I will dub shaky cam. Ugh, come on. Fucking horrible spot. Damn it. There. And another thing I gotta do with these damn YouTube videos is I always have to fight with the gain. Because directly behind me are a bunch of servers. and a tape library. You remember that. 3583. It just makes so much noise. I don't have the space to have a proper server room. Anyways, C24 is done. What else do I have on here? Aha, C22. Just in case you're wondering where I'm getting this information on where these caps go, I have open in a browser the page at dragonsdawn.org/mac_portable/mac_portable_recap.html, and it has a list of caps and where they go. So if I've gotten any of these wrong, well, we'll follow up possibly in another video, but I'll find out. But this is where I'm getting information right now, because when you Google Macintosh Portable Recap, this is the first page that comes up. And if this is wrong, then you goddamn idiot, why the hell did Google put you at the very top of the page? Ugh. Okay, so, focus. C22 is a 4716. Reorg my caps again. There we go. Where'd my tweezers go? There they go. There we go. This cap's in a nice spot. I can work with this. Can't work with that glare that's kind of hanging out over here, though. Oh well, that's what I get. Did have a couple people asking me why the hell I wasn't using flux on my last videos. And my answer there is that I typically don't need flux unless I'm running into a situation where I cannot get solder to flow properly. When I have a component where solder is flowing freely on both components, there's no point for me to really need to flux anything, because the area is deoxidized and clean enough as it is. Solder is going to flow. Yeah. And what am I missing here? I should have kept a list of how many caps I've gone through. There's 9, 10, and 11, which are hiding way the hell up here. I'm going to rotate the board again. Can I do that? Nah. Alright, we'll do it like this. Where is it? There you are. So yes, 9, 10, 11. And I believe those are also 47/16s. Get off there. Get off there. So, once I get this going, and if the assumption I get even one to work, because of those absolutely atrocious Connor hard drives, both of mine have failed, I need to find a replacement drive. Now, I know there's the SCSI 2 SD, but I don't like it. I really don't like it. And I know people in 68K MLA have heard me be quite vocal about just how much I hate the stupid thing. It emulates the SCSI implementation. And on the Macintosh, the SCSI implementation is, well, non-coherent. What was that? You know, let's take the rest of these off. So you'll run into all sorts of weird bugs. It's really not a proper adaptation. There is another SCSI to SD adapter that's been made, and it actually uses a full-on NCR chip. So the SCSI implementation is true, and you're just acting as the device emulation. The SCSI chip does all the magic in between. But I don't want to do either of those. I want to use the original hardware. The original Connor hard drive is out of the question, clearly. But if you look closely at the 40 megabyte SCSI Connors available out there with the proper 50 pin and Molex power on it. Oh, I just saw that pad shift. Okay, I'm going to be careful there. Anyways, hold on. I think for this task it'll be fine. Whoop! Ah! My glasses got it there. The regular 40 megabyte Connor SCSI hard drives, the HDA hard disk assembly is the exact same thing, or it's completely identical to the hard drive found in the Macintosh Portable. It's just that the PCB underneath is different. And 9, 10, 11, those were C9 to 11, 47, 16. Okay. I'll do 3 of those. It's the exact same. In theory, and I've heard of reports of success on this, you can just transplant the HDA over with a board swap and it'll work. And then you can have the original hard drive, no adapters, none of that fuss or that kind of mess. And I can see where they're going on this because I've actually done it myself with a Sony PlayStation 2. I was given the PS2 HDD, or hard disk drive kit, and it's this IDE drive that plugs onto the PlayStation 2 network adapter for the North American and I think the European units. And, oh god, blind. Oh, that's just janky. Hold on. I can do better than that. There. And it gives you a hard drive. You format it specifically with some special hardware, special setup disk, and it works. The one I received had crashed, so it actually didn't work at all. But you look really close at the drive, and you realize, oh wait, this is a Maxtor Slimline hard drive. So what I've done is I took the control board off the Maxtor Slimline and put it, I got rid of it, and took the Maxtor branded hard disk assembly and put on the Sony PCB. They do look absolutely identical, but there's a little bit of extra tweaks in the firmware, so if you try and use the utility on that, it's like, oh, this is not a Sony drive, I don't see anything here, so you can't actually format with that. But when you transfer the Sony board over to the Maxtor HDA, it sees it, it'll format it, and it works fine. So, yeah, that's the reasoning behind that. Oh, okay. Well, if it wasn't for this little screen that I have, that direction there I'm looking at, I have no idea what I'm looking at on the back side. This is the one I gotta be careful on because I saw that pad shift. Oh, I didn't even solder over here, did I? I did not. Bad on me. But I did get the other side, so that's good. What else is there on this? Oh, there they are. Yeah, 2 more over here. C14 and C116? Whoa, what the hell? Yes, C14 and C116 are 10 and 16, which are these little tiny things here. Make my life easier. I'm going to flip the board around. Where'd they go? Where'd they go? Where's my finger? There they are. There. So, deinterlacing. This will be fun. Ugh. This reminds me, there was a YouTube, or not a YouTube, there was an eBay listing actually quite recently where someone was selling this really beautiful Sony analog HD editing system. Or, yeah, it included the reel-to-reel videotape machine, the video processor, which was absolutely massive, and it included the... this wait needs to be done again. This massive HD display. And again, this is all analog HD, so it was beautiful. It was $30,000, mind you. I think since this video, that listing ended with no buyers, no surprise, and he dropped the price by $5,000. But still, $25,000 outside of my budget. But when you look at analog HD, I mean, it didn't go anywhere, in North America at least. But it is kind of cool. But it's all interlaced, or I believe most of it's interlaced. You can totally see I'm wandering into an area here I have no expertise in. Okay, what did I say that those 116 and 14 are 1016? And I bought 5 pieces, so that assumes that in case I screwed up, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at this! Look at this! Look at this! Whoa! Ordered 5 pieces. They gave me 6. This is like when you go to a restaurant and you order fries and you have that 1 onion ring that comes with your order. Or it's like, no, it's I think a comedian mentioned this before. Damn it! I can't open the wrapping. It's like when you buy McDonald's and you eat all your fries. And then you look in the bag and you find like 1 or 2 more fries in the bottom of the bag. You're just like, yes, there really is a God. Yeah. It's always nice getting more tantalums than you ordered. Oh no. Oh, I like how these stay on the side stainless. But if you just manage to see that there, can I do it again? Yep. Stainless my ass, I think. Why is it? There we go. Yeah, see? It's actually hanging off the tweezers. And did I just drop my frames? No, I did not. Okay. The tweezers. Yeah, stainless my ass. This is not... I'd expect this from, like, the Shenzhen market, but instead, where did I buy these? Akihabara. And... No, wait, actually I didn't buy... Wait, did I? There, Yep, there's the price tag still on it. What do you expect for 195 yen? Oh, blast. Oh, well, it's always nice to have tweezers. For the longest time, I did not. Tweezers. Instead, I had these. And for surface mount stuff, it was okay until it clicked and locked, in which case it got frustrating because then you tried to release them and then you ripped it off the pad. Damn it. So I thought in 2015 when I was in Tokyo, and I saw some tweezers, what better way to christen yourself as someone who works in old stuff than to buy tools in Akihabara? Come on. Stop sticking. There we go. There we go. There. Now, I have to remember, have I missed any other caps on this board? I don't think I have. Hold on a second here. Yeah, okay. It looks like I've got them all. So, let's clean off the table here and turn off my iron. Alright, so what the hell was going on again with the axials? When these aren't axials, these are actually through-holes, through-hole radials. Or especially with these caps right here, which I've already done and cleaned up, and these were the worst of the bunch. Well, if I flip it over, and it looks pretty bad, but that's just shmoo from the flux. These cap leads were all bent over slightly. And I noticed that if I were just to desolder and pull the caps out, it would have taken the vias with it. So they had to be straightened and then pulled out. But anyways, so board is clean. Let me turn on the light, which means turn on the table light, turn on the backlight, and moving my camera. Because of the through-hole vias on this, let's go all the way in. I can get a good idea on whether or not I have bad vias. Of course, the proof of the pudding is in the eating, but if I can see one that's bad right now, what the hell? Let's work on it. It seems... I'm just looking around these caps, which are the most likely places I'll find a break. What am I looking at? Nope, that's fine. I think this is a 3-layer board, but I'm still kind of lost because I can totally see there are leads that kind of vanish. I don't know if that's a middle layer or what going on there, but I do have a couple that are questionable. OP20, what the hell is that? Oh, no, I guess that's fine. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Good. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, that one seems fine. Right, so, if I can get this damn light on. There we go. In theory, we have completed the recap, or at least the conversion to tantalum, on this Macintosh Portable logic board, non-backlit with SRAM version, just in case we want to recap here. I didn't see any bad vias. Cap damage, there is none. I don't understand why this was considered the worst of the two machines, but I would say more than likely I'm going to put this back in the machine, do some testing. It should be fine. But there we have it. Done.